So I am speaking with.
Jamie Thompson from Pongr.
And what is Pongr?
We do direct response photo marketing, and we use a lot of visual intelligence and types of computer vision tools to help brands and companies get more meaning from photos.
One of the things you said is kind of like an anchor to your presentation, and I guess an anchor to your business, is use what people are already doing right now and incentivize them. So let me break down the first part. What are people already doing right now?
They're taking a lot of photos, billions and billions of photos, pushing them into Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And so fundamentally, that's a huge consumer behavior that brands and companies should be taking advantage of in a more systematic and scalable way, as opposed to just kind of one-off photo stunts. A lot of photo stunts out there.
But you also analyze all this photo behavior and the photos themselves. So I want to dig into that deeper. We are sharing tons and tons of photos, but A, why are we doing it? What incentivizes someone to actually share a photo? And B, what are we looking for return once we share the photo?
So most of the time people are, it's about self-expression. We live in this kind of golden age of being able to express ourselves across multiple networks all the time. You know, what am I eating? What am I wearing? Where am I going? Where do I want to go? Who am I with? Self-expression is clearly something humans have adapted to nicely in the last few years, and I don't think that's going to go away. And fundamentally, photos are at the center of these social networks, social expressions. People get emotional value out of that. They get social value out of that. And then we see brands trying to figure out how they can take advantage of that massive behavior. Sometimes brands have different things to offer, but the trick is still doing it in the context of this social milieu where people are interested in expressing their fondness for a certain brand, for example.
You talk about incentivizing, and you have worked with multiple different incentivization programs with your clients. I'm interested to know, what have you discovered works and doesn't work when it comes to incentivization?
Yeah. Well, what we've discovered is that a lot of brands and retailers already have loyalty programs, well thought out, very smart loyalty programs that work well. I mean, if you're talking about major brands and retailers, they've put a lot of thought, far more thought, far more detail than we could as a software maker into their own loyalty programs. So what we try to do is say, let's connect the dots. Let's leverage that photo behavior and try to add it into the context of your existing loyalty program. Let's not necessarily try to recreate new loyalty programs. Let's not try to force the consumer to do something that they may not already be doing, but let's connect them. Let's integrate it. Let's integrate photo-taking behavior with your loyalty program because it varies on a kind of brand-by-brand, vertical-by-vertical basis. And I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all for that, but fundamentally there is a number of core components that brands would benefit from with deeper integration.
You're speaking at a recruiting conference, and your clients are actually not recruiting companies, but in essence, we're all recruiting, if we have a company. And also individuals are trying to express themselves, when they're looking for jobs. Do you have any idea how photo sharing can work in recruiting? I mean, where do you think there's a synergy?
Well, so as I understand it, I mean, HR professionals are always trying to collect more information on who their potential job seekers might be, who these candidates might be, create an engaging relationship. Not in a dissimilar way from how brands want to create more meaningful engagement with consumers. HR professionals, especially recruiting top talent, they need to create a real relationship with these candidates, and that very rarely is done in kind of a a one and done, like, wham bam, fill out my card, give me some info. That's not a relationship. Photos can be at the center of relationships, and I think if HR organizations for this conference are thinking about what types of authentic photo programs could they do, as opposed to contrived photo programs. So it's not purely let's put a QR code and let's do direct response so we can collect people's information. It's you want to get some information so you can create a dialogue, but how can you do that in the context of something authentic for your brand and authentic for these consumers, would-be job seekers, without making it look too transactional?
Excellent. Jamie, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.